Okay, so here's some bowling. So bowling taking off with his left foot. So it's pat first. So just trying to get some momentum going forward. So he follows these nice and straight there, down the channel. Needs to let go of the ball a little bit earlier. And here's the guy. Nice takeoff. Just tends to fall away a little bit there. He just needs to keep his head up right a bit more. And his pat, again, just as you release that, tends to be a little bit low, so you can stay a bit taller. Perfect down. Just those shoulders, getting those shoulders consistent, that's just tends to practice. And push his head down there, rather than trying to keep it out and push his chin towards the target. It's nice and straight though, so it's good. Forward a little bit. See on the guy again. Nice take off, nice jump forward. So he's front arm onto the target that time. End result is obviously ball going straighter. Just have a little look at Pat there. So front foot's down, arms at the target. Driving his back leg through, that was much better, that's nice. Just consistency of those arms there, guy. That's just repetition.
Oh Pat, that was a nice one.
From Pat. This guy just needs to allow his front foot there, so it's just his front foot when he lands there, his toes are just pointing towards the camera, so we just need to open those toes out, and that allows that front leg, because he's blocked there, allows that front leg to kind of bend and come through. Okay, just some footage.
Give me one at a time. Come on in, Pat.
Progress the exercise. Tends to fall away a little bit there. So let's go back. So there's his approach. Take off. Turns nice to side. Can he get more height there? A bit more of a jump forward. Perfect contacts pointing sideways, which is good. Shoulders unwind. There's that release, nice and high with the release. Front foot's alright, his toes pointing towards the batter. He just tends to hold on, release a little bit late, so you might need to shorten his delivery stride a little bit more, which will then help with his consistency, with his length. So here's his guide from behind. Really good example there. So let's have a little look. Slow motion. So he comes in, he's got a nice jump, good takeoff, turn sideways in the air. Just wondering what he's looking at there. It doesn't look like he's looking over his shoulder, so he should be looking over his shoulder when he's bowling. Looks like he's looking at the net. Front arm's good, good release. Now his hands come out a little bit sideways there, so he just needs to keep his hand resting behind the ball. Front toes are good. He's got momentum going forward, and he follows through past his pocket, and it's a good end result there for him, so that was a good delivery. Here's another clip from behind, Pat.
Nice one.
Ball might just got in the way there, he's releasing it. Nice approach. Again, quite a shallow or quite a low jump, take off. So can he get more height there? So again, what's he looking at? Is he looking at his feet there maybe a little bit? Because of the mat. Good back foot contact, good arms. Hard to see the release. There. Nice follow through with his bowling arm. And his body weight's going forward at the target. So as a result, that's a good delivery. in the end. So everything's going forward in a straight line, which is good.
Okay,
So
yeah, go.
here's guy again. Okay, so let's look back at that one. So he's got his feet a little bit muddled. So 2 small steps there, kind of put him off a little bit. He's taken off there. Landed side on. Pushing his head at the target. Now his release point there, it's got the side of his hand a little bit. So he needs to try and keep his wrist in behind the ball. Again, he's blocking himself off a little bit with that front foot, which isn't allowing his back leg to come through, but he does well to bring it through there. So he's kind of forced his body weight to go there, so he probably should have stopped and come back and started his action again. But we discussed that in the next session. So here we are again. I think we'll cut again. A nice take-off, but light. Let's slow it down a bit. So he's approaching. So can he get him running in like a 100-metre runner? We'll talk about that in the during the camp. So there's his gather. Still go further. That good front arm. Nice bowling arm again. It just tends to come over. Just releases a bit late. That's all. His line's good. Can he be a bit taller there? So can he pull his head up a bit more? He's quite low there. He just needs to let go a little bit earlier, that's all. Apart from that, that'd be a good delivery. So here's another one from Guy.
Got it now, yeah.
It's quarter pace. Nice approach. Really good jump. That was a good effort. So, got lots of energy into there. Look at that height. Loads of height. Probably needs to do a bit more work with his front arm, but that's something to carry on developing. He lands there. Front toes are much better. So he just falls away a bit because that back leg bends. We just need to try and keep his weight going forward. Again, wrist is behind the ball, much better there. Toes are open. And he followed through nice and straight. Just needs to keep going after the ball a little bit more. Lots of energy going in. Can we have the same energy going out? Okay, another video of Pat then. So approaching. So can we get his hands running side by side next to his body? Again, quite a low jump. Line's good again. Just tends to again be a little bit short just because of that release point. So he needs to think about lots of height when he's letting go of the ball. There we go. Pretty good. Back leg's driven through and he's followed the ball. So we just need to play around with that delivery stride. I think that'll help his length. Okay, so here we are, guys, session 2. So I've just got him going over the hurdles here. So let's try and look at this this left foot takeoff. So we're just walking through at the minute. So he's gone up and over, nice turn, good jump, pointing at the target, and his bowling arms come up nice and straight. So all we need to do to add to that is just to keep him following through a little bit more. But he's obviously hit the stumps there, which is great. Okay, here's another video then. See him approaching, taking the hurdle out. So, good energy going forward, that's fine. We can obviously go back to look at his hand a little bit more. So, nice steps over, good high knees. So let's get to his left foot. Left foot take off, which is good. Front arms up nice and high that time. So you just see his wrist has come up the side of the hand there, that ball. So he just needs to keep his wrist in behind his arms, follow through nicely. It's just slipped out the side of his hand. So we can do a few exercises just about keeping the ball in the right position, keeping his fingers and his wrist behind the ball. And here's another video. Let's have a quick look at normal speed. Again, good approach. And there he's just let go of that a bit late, that's all it looks like. So let's slow it down. So he's jumped off his left foot, nice jump. He's turned, good front arm. Toes are good on his front foot, so his toes have turned. Again, he's kind of coming out the side of his hand a little bit there. And just a bit of a late release. Good front arm drive. Left arm's through to his pocket, so that's good. But yeah, it's just he's let go too late there, that's all. Okay, so last video of Guy, session 2. Really nice little, his hat's fallen off. So let's have a look at that one in slow motion. So good footwork over the cones. He's got a nice jump forward, nice and balanced with his head. Front arm's gone at the target. Hands stayed behind the ball for longer. So arms have followed through, nice and balanced. And he fired a 3 straws the target. End result is obviously hitting the stumps. So that's really good. Nice one to finish. See how we are with Pat. Session 2, so again just walking through. And just got that tendency to fall away a little bit there. Let's see another one. We're walking through the hurdles. Goes up and over. A nice ball, that one.
Do one more, then we're going to have a look at it for your video.
Showed him straight away actually during the session. Just put the hurdle there, but it was a nice delivery, nice and consistent. So a little look, slow it down, that last one. Up and over. So he's got the turn. So we can use his arms a little bit more to get him to help him jump. Turn. So something we'll discuss at the camp. Head was more upright there when he released the ball. Shorter delivery stride, nice arms. Tended to fall away a little bit though again. Okay, second video for Pat. I've got some cool speed, so through the hurdles. Lots of energy there. Again, we just when he's releasing it. Again, it's quite low there. Delivery stride seems okay, but where's his body weight gone all the way over there? Falling away. Looking back then towards the target a bit more.
Good, nice delivery. Hop out.
More balance.
Thanks.
Yeah. Much more balance. Didn't fall away. End result was better.
Hop out. Thanks, mate. Yeah, just chuck it. Yeah, chuck it down here with the other ones. You see those other white ones there? Thank you. Good lad.
Yeah, that last one was just his shoulders rotating sideways. So if you watch his front arm, so up he goes. It's just pulled out sideways. Shoulders are rotated that way. The end result is releasing the ball a little bit late and pulling it down leg side. So we just need to get him going over the top a little bit more. Keeping that balance, maintaining that balance, getting all the way going forward.